Whether it's the regular season or the off-season, we have you covered as we give you the best Tennessee Titans and NFL news and insight that a fan could ask for. You're watching the Titan Upload Network.
What is going on, Titans fans? So glad to be here tonight. It's been a little while since I've been live. I went on vacation for a little bit, but, you know, Titan Upload and Mike has been holding down the channel for the past week. I posted a few shorts here and there and stuff like that. But as always, we appreciate all of you tuning in. As you can see, I don't have my normal setup and my green screen and all that type of stuff. I'm actually at my aunt's dog watching. So, but I'm happy to be here. Always happy to talk, you know, Titans football, even though we just suck. But as you can see, we have a guest in here tonight. His name is Ken, and he's got a channel called Ken's Pats Talk. He reached out to me this past week. You know, shout out to the Patriots content creators, because I had 3 of them reach out to me. You got to me first, so I had to turn a couple others down. I was like, hey, I already got this guy reached out to me. But, man, I'm glad to have you on, and how's everything going for you?
Going well, man. First off, appreciate you and your followers for having me on, man. I like your platform, Titans ROSSI. Had to reach out to you, man. Had to get up with you. I know your co-host. I was going to get up with him, but hey, God had other plans. I got to end up getting in contact with you. So we're gonna do the live. I'm also live on my Twitter. I'm also live on my Ken's Pats Talk YouTube right now. So if y'all want to swing over, if y'all know any Patriots fans, send them all over to my channel. Man, make sure you hit the like button on my YouTube and share a like on my Twitter. Man, I really appreciate you having me on tonight.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Yeah, definitely share the show, guys. Hit that like button. We got a poll going on. Basically, let me check. I can't even remember what I put in the poll. Something about the Titans tanking, because that's obviously what the Titans are pretty much doing at this point. And I want to get – so, yeah, the poll is basically, do you want the Titans to tank? Obviously, this is for Titans fans. And the answers are yes, get a top 3 pick. No, I want to win. So right now, we're still getting votes, but we got 15 so far. And we got a 79% yes on the tank. So, and 21% on the win. So, you know, I don't know kind of what the feeling is in Patriots territory at the moment. Now, I have a good friend, shout out to Bob Gerard, and he is from New England. He's from that area. Lives in Connecticut. True Bostonian type of guy, you know, the accent, all that type of stuff. He's been a Patriots fan for years, and he's kind of fed up with like Gerard Mayo and the situation. And you know, where are Pats fans right now in the season as far as the record and all that? Is there hope because Drake May has came out and played pretty well, and it's like, you know, yeah, we're losing, but at least we might have the future? Or do you guys even think Drake May could be the future?
Well, right now, Titans ROSSI, it's a small sample size. I mean, you look at the first game he played against the Texans. 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions or whatnot. He threw the touchdown to Pop Douglas, threw a touchdown to 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'm sorry, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He threw one to Hunter Henry. Kayshawn Boutte was his first touchdown that he threw Pop Douglas. And then he did have 2 turnovers. Then we went to London to play a team that I'm sure you probably hate and familiar with, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we got blown out of there, but Drake May played good. Then last week against the Jets, a game that I didn't have us winning that game, but we somehow won it with Jacoby Brissett. And he was playing pretty good till he got a concussion. So I would say the sample size is small. But if you put how I know during training camp, he started out kind of slow. Mayo said that Jacoby was going to be the starter. But then after, I think we had joint practice with the Eagles, Drake May started to slowly climb and get better and whatnot. So, and saying that, then after the joint practice with the Eagles, he got better. He was good in Washington. When we went to Washington, played the 3rd preseason game, and he had a pretty good preseason. And then Jacoby said he got off to a slow start this year, struggled. We lost, 4 straight games. It was trying to put Drake May in, and the offense has looked significantly better. Now, if you look at the points We're not the '07 Patriots. We're not scoring 35, 40 points, nothing like that. But it is, you can see the ball gets out quicker. Our sack the sack percentage that we was getting sacked, that's actually went down significantly because Jacoby Brissett was holding the ball. And I think the receivers are starting to get open. They're starting to, like, Drake May has elevated the offense. He's elevated these receivers. Now, like we know, we're gonna get into the matchups in a few minutes, but no player on the Patriots really scary you. Probably just stop the run and play man-to-man on the receivers. We don't have nobody outside, but Drake May has brought the best out of those players. And if you look at how we've been playing lately, like, I mean, had he not gotten hurt, got a concussion last week, I think we beat that Jets team by 2 touchdowns, I think. Because he was looking pretty good. He had the 17-yard scramble. He's played pretty good. I think Gerard Mayo, he's a rookie coach. So I believe, like, he's learning on the job. And I believe, like, I really like Mayo. I think he's gonna be all right, but I think sometimes he can talk out both sides of his mouth or whatnot. Like, one minute he might say this, and the next minute it's this or whatnot. So I think he's still learning. But the last couple of weeks, I like what starting last week. Hopefully we can continue this trend going in this week. I think Mayo's been getting better with his press conferences, getting better talking to the media. And I think on the offense, it's just, me personally, I would have played May week 1 in Cincinnati, but they wanted to wait because the offensive line, and it was a mess to start the season, but it has gotten better. So if I have any nitpick on May, I just think, like, his communication, the way his answers towards the media, I don't really like that. But I think overall, I think he's going to be a pretty good coach. And like we all know, it's all going to depend on that quarterback position.
Right. And, I pulled up the stats here for Drake May. Well, this is just the pass rush stats for the Patriots in a whole. But, Drake May, I mean, you look at his production, and you were talking about it, but dude, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that when you're talking about a rookie quarterback, right? I mean, especially on a team that's not been too great. I mean, 2 wins, you know what I mean? It's the way that things have been going and the way that he's been able to come in there and do what he's done as a rookie.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I don't know how he compares, to other, like, rookies in the NFL right now as far as stats. Obviously, the sample size is not extremely large, but I mean, I imagine he's probably up there with he's probably up there. He probably ranked
Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I mean, and Caleb Williams, he really didn't start doing much until the last few games or something like that.
Last few games. Yep.
So Drake May, he started the past how many games?
The past 3 games he started against Houston, then in London with Jacksonville, and then last week before he got hurt against the Jets. So 3 games. So let's just say 2 games. Let's just say 5 quarters he started.
Okay, so he started in Jacksonville, basically.
Yeah, Houston was the first game he played.
Gotcha. Okay, he came in like at the 4th quarter or something like that, or.
Oh well, no, he started the whole game against Houston.
Oh, he started the whole game. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean,
5 quarters basically.
So yeah, I mean, and obviously you guys won against the Jets, and hey, I think the Jets. You saw the game last night. They beat Houston, and I think the Jets are I think they're better than their win-loss record. Like, I think they're going to start winning some games, especially now with Devontae Adams being there. I don't know if they can completely turn it around. I don't know if that's possible, but I could see the Jets bouncing back and winning 7 or 8 games, something like that. I think
they got Arizona next. I think it's a little too late for the Jets. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I think they could bounce back and win, 4 games, something like that. Maybe they got their schedule is pretty favorable towards them from what I saw the other day. But
from a record, from a record standpoint, yeah, it is. But you got to feel those teams on the Jets schedule, looking at the Jets like, hey, that's gonna be they're gonna beat them too.
Yeah, and the Jets. So in y'all's division, you got the Jets, Patriots. Who else is in the division?
Dolphins and Bills.
Dolphins and Bills. So the Bills are the top dog right now.
Cream of the crop.
And then, right. So, in the AFC South this year, man, like it's just been kind of disappointing, to be honest. Like, I think the Texans offensive line is so bad right now. I mean, they got sacked 7 times last night. And the thing is, with our team, Ken, like, for the first half of the season, our offensive line was absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is, for the Titans to only have 1 win, the last 4 games, they've allowed the fewest sacks per game in the NFL, which is insane. Like, I saw this stat the other day, and shout out to Jim Wyatt. Fewest sacks allowed in weeks 4 through 8. That's right, chat. This is not, I didn't edit this in any way. The Titans have allowed the fewest sacks, which is unbelievable to think
That's
about.
crazy.
But it's crazy because the Titans have, the last 3 years, Ken, they have been absolutely terrible. Like, Will Levis getting killed all last season when he played, getting killed this season, and this and that. But, and I'll ask you this, Ken, and as a Pats fan, like, I think I already know your answer, but who do you want to face? Would you rather, and I'm going to ask the Titans fans on the Patriots side too, but who would you rather face, Will Levis or Mason Rudolph? And before you say anything, I want to show you the stats, okay?
Okay.
Because Rudolph they've been able to move the football a little better, right, with Rudolph. Right. But if you look at the stats, that's what they were saying. We need Mason. He's going to come in and save us. He's been worse rating-wise than Levis. So keep that in mind. But
he's been slight. Okay, you talking about quarterback rating, right?
Yeah.
He's been slightly worse, like by a point or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I look at the completion percentage. Will Levis was completing 66.4 completion percentage. Mason Rudolph, it was completing 58.9. So that's a little. It ain't like it's too far off. I think what you see from Rudolph. See, Rudolph got 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and both of them turned the ball. I seen a stat earlier that y'all lead the league in turnovers, like, and giving away the ball or whatnot. So 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for Levis, and Mason Rudolph only started 2 games, I think.
He started 3.
Okay, 3 games, he got 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So from what it looks like, and the only Titan game I seen this year was on Monday Night Football. Y'all played the Dolphins, and then right. I think I seen y'all a couple weeks ago against Buffalo when y'all had gotten blown out. But it seemed like both guys gonna turn the ball over. But I think Will Levis, he's just like he's a walking turnover. It seemed like, man, he just seems like a walking turnover, accident waiting to happen. Mason Rudolph, it's tough to say he takes more care of the ball because he got 3 interceptions in 2-3 games. But we're just looking at the stats. He takes less sacks. He's fumbled 3 times. I think he's completing a little more of his pass. But like I said, the sample size is small. I'd probably go with. I'd probably say I'd rather play Will Levis because we got more film on him than we do of Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph could catch us by surprise. You don't got a lot of tape on Mason Rudolph. And I think he was solid. I liked Mason Rudolph when he was with Oklahoma State years ago. Then he went to the Steelers. Right. So I think I'd rather see Will Levis based on what I've seen because he turns the ball over. And I think it might have been more game. He just he turns the ball over, and I see that a lot. So I think I'd probably because I think we already got stuff proof. We got film on Levis. We don't have a lot on Mason Rudolph. He hasn't really started a lot of games. But from the looks of it, I guess you could just flip your coin and whoever it lands on, you just play whoever. That's what it looks like. It looks like both guys are gonna turn the ball over.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, and Will Levis has been a meme. He's been a meme this year. It's been kind of sad. Like, he's been an NFL meme. Like, they've memed him as, facial things. Sorry, my dogs or my aunt's dogs out there barking like crazy. But yeah, it's been terrible. I mean, even it was funny, man. I'm on a show called the AFC South Roundtable, and Ruben, one of the Texans guys, was on there one day, and there was a game few games ago where Will Levis he ran to the side. It wasn't his fault. He got pushed out of bounds and hit this guy like he was like a ball
I
boy or
seen that.
whatever.
I seen that.
And the guy like really messed up his leg bad, had to be taken out on a stretcher. And Ruben on the show was like, bad things just happen around him. And I'm like, dude, it wasn't even his fault. But I mean, it's like, bad things just happen around this guy. And, this week, it's kind of up in the air, kind of like Drake May, Jacoby Brissett. They're kind of holding it close to the chest, like who's going to start, and all that type of stuff. Who's going to start this and that? They've been asking Mayo. Mayo's been talking about it and basically saying, we don't know yet. He's in concussion protocol,
Who
but
do
he's
y'all
been
think is going to play
practicing. On y'all's end?
Yeah, who y'all think? Who you think is going to be the quarterback Sunday?
Well, I mean, for the Titans, I would say I think Mason Rudolph's going to be the guy.
No, who you think is going to be our quarterback is what I'm asking.
Oh, I think Drake May is going to be that. I mean, he's out practicing.
Yeah, he's practicing.
And yeah, this is what Gerard had to say today about it.
I know a lot of questions will be probably about Drake, and I'll just tell you guys just so I can, save you guys from having to ask the question, is he is still in the protocol. So he is still in the protocol and going through that process. So he'll be limited. He has been limited this week so far, but he'll be limited today as well.
And shout out to I think his name was Mike Reese or Rice.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Patriots reporter.
That was from his clip. Yeah, so shout out to Mike Rice. We'll put his Twitter account in the description and all that. But
I was listening to one of my Patriots show podcast about an hour ago, and they was breaking down the game for the Titans Patriots, and his name Greg Bedard, and he said that Will Levis looked like when he's playing, like he's look like he's thinking or just going a billion miles an hour. Like he just need to calm down and slow down. Like he looks like he's Greg said even when there's no pressure around him, he seems like he's rushing. He's rushing us. So he just need to slow down and take a deep breath and just play. But he said it seems like Levis is his mind is just racing.
He is, and he has the most throws to his first read out of any quarterback in the NFL, which is bad. Obviously, that's a bad stat. So yeah, he's got to calm down. And the thing is, last season he played pretty well. Like they
didn't have film on him.
Right. They didn't have film on him. You're exactly right. And 4 of those touchdowns out of his 8 that he had like 8 TDs, 3 interceptions or 4 interceptions. 4 of those touchdowns came in the first game against the Falcons where he threw 4 touchdowns. Like that game, we were kind of like fooled because that game, it was like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazing. And, and he did have some good plays, but
And I like Levis coming out of Kentucky. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the same thing back to Kentucky, though, and to Penn State when you play with Penn State. It's the inconsistency. It's the not, going to his first reads and not really the field vision. He's got the talent. He's got the arm. He's got the legs. He's got the build. He's a big dude. He can mull you over and all that. It's just his field vision is not really there. And I guess that's something we hoped, but we'll see what happens. Right. We got the rest of the season. I do want to get to some of these comments real quick. We got 100 people in the house. That's across YouTube.
If y'all, some of my Pats Nations up here, hit that like button. And if some of y'all Titans fans, appreciate y'all having me on. I know I said that earlier. Appreciate y'all having me on. Go ahead over, subscribe to my YouTube, hit the like button. Or if y'all know any Patriots fans, send them over. The Ken's Pats Talk.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Ken's Pats Talk. The link is actually in the description of the video as well.
Yes,
so y'all make sure and show our guys some love over there. But we'll kind of scroll up here. We got a lot of comments tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. You guys are always awesome. So JDH says we need to pull off a Chicago type offseason. Get Justin Fields here with Levis behind him. Trade a top 3 pick back for multiple first rounds and build the heck out of the trenches. Hey, I mean, I don't know. I'm not completely sold on Justin Fields, so we'll see. Oiler Titan says, agree, there are no QBs or players in the top 5 that merit that pick. What do you think? You know much about like the quarterbacks coming out of the draft, like Shadur Sanders, Cam Ward? I think those are the top 2 guys. What do you think about this comment? Do they merit
I
a
like.
top 5 pick?
Yeah. They said Shador might be number 1 overall, but
Yeah.
I seen a comment. It might be a ways up. I like Cam Ward out of Miami.
I do
like
too,
what
man.
I like Cam Ward, but I mean, I don't know what y'all record. I see Luther Burton. I like Cam. I don't know what y'all record might be in the year. I haven't seen the rest of y'all schedule. I'm sure you might can pull it up in a few minutes. The rest of y'all schedule.
Yeah.
But I can see Cam Ward in Tennessee. But I think if Carolina gets that number 1 pick, like it seems like every year Carolina got the damn number 1 overall pick. I think that the Panthers I can see Cam Ward going to Carolina. I can see that.
Yeah, and I think we're 1-6 right now, right? We got the Patriots. So really, Ken, the only winnable game that I see from the way that we've played right now at this point in time is the Patriots game. Like it's at home, right? Like, and if it was in New England, I would actually pick New England, which I might still pick New England anyway at the end of the show. I probably will. But I think, this is the one winnable game, right?
Because I got the Chargers next week.
Minnesota, Houston, Washington. Washington's no joke. I mean,
Washington nice this year.
Jaden Daniels is nice, dude. Like that dude is awesome. You got Jacksonville. And we still got Jacksonville twice. They're terrible. So, I mean, I think the Titans could win 3 games, but honestly, man, like I'm in full tank mode. Like I've never been
that's what I was going to ask you. Like, are you rooting for wins or are you rooting for because y'all got the talent. Now listen.
Yeah,
we're going to get into a guy. I'm about to mention a player. I'm about to mention this guy name. He play on the Titans. And I was hurt. You already know where I'm about to go. I was hurt when we did not get Calvin Ridley. I wanted Calvin Ridley on the Patriots. It was between the Patriots, the Titans, and the Jaguars. I actually thought it was going to Jaguars. And then out of nowhere, Titans just swooped in and got where did y'all come from out of nowhere? And then y'all got
it was the money.
Hopkins. Yeah,
it was the money.
Y'all got Hopkins last year. Hopkins was in between the Patriots and Titans, and y'all got him. So we owe y'all one for that, man. But what I was gonna say, Calvin really y'all got talent, man. Y'all see the way y'all approached this offseason was kind of like how I wanted us to approach it. Y'all was aggressive. Y'all got Tony Pollard. We're gonna get into the injury report in a few minutes. I'm gonna see if I want to ask you, is he playing this week? If you heard anything, you got Tony Pollard, you got Snead, Calvin Ridley. Y'all went out and Tyler Boyd. Y'all went out and got some guys this offseason. Y'all spent some cash this offseason. And because you thought you had your quarterback in Levis, but look at your record now. See, the Patriots, we drafted Drake May, but before we took him, we tried to spend a little bit of money, but we didn't. We re-signed our own guys, got the quarterback first. Now, if Drake May continues to play well, next offseason, we got something to show free agents to come to New England. Well, hopefully we don't have to overpay. But this year, y'all was supposed to be I'm pretty sure y'all had playoff implications this year. Because all that money you spent, I'm sure you ain't spent all that money just to be, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, Ken, is that was the whole deal here. That I think it kind of tricked us a little bit because they spend all this money, right? But it was live by the sword or die by the sword, right? Because it was either Will Levis was going to come out and be pretty good or he was going to be bad. And that's what's happened. And I think that a lot of Titans fans, and even me at times, probably got a little too overhyped about it. It was okay, well, before all that happened, it was okay, we're probably going to be a 5-6 win team. But then when they bring on Ridley, they bring on Snead, and all that. They bring on Chidobe Awuzie from Cincinnati. They draft Latham. No, he's been hurt all year. And
who's your starting corners?
Right now, it's 2 rookies. Well, we got Roger McCreary
Is he solid?
McCreary's good, but he's more of a slot guy and a nickel guy. But you got two rookies who are starting on the outside right now.
How they
because
been?
they've been okay, but it's not, they're still going to get burnt here and there. Like, they've played much better than we thought they would be playing.
Because your defense is pretty good. Your defense is good. I mean, I looked at the game.
Defense, yeah, number one in the league as far as yards against. But it's the special teams last week. All right, we gave up almost 300 yards in special teams. Like, it was nuts. It was nuts. Freaking Jared Goff had 95 yards passing.
Like, and they killed y'all.
They killed us because they had like 2 returns for touchdowns. It was nuts, man. I've never seen. It was the weirdest game I've ever seen.
Your defense was put in a bad position for the most part.
Yeah.
Short field.
Right. So pass yards against per game, we're number 1. Now, like I said, I mean, the rookie corners have been playing really well. Like, that's the thing with the Titans, man. Like, their defense is pretty good. They'll keep you in a game. It's the mistakes. It's the turnovers. Like you said, the turnovers with Will Levis. The special teams have been awful to the point where the coach should be fired more than likely. Like, it's that bad. Like, that there's no complimentary football being played at all,
Where would you say the weakness is in this defense? I would say 12th against the run.
Yeah, I mean, the weakness in the defense is the pass rush. Like, we don't have a lot of big guys up there. I mean, we have Harold Landry, but as you can see, we're 27th in sacks. Like, we don't.
Y'all might get some sacks this week because my offensive line ain't that good, but they play better. We on our 8th starting offensive line.
I mean, we have 1 interception on the entire year, which is awful. We're like last in the league in turnover differential. Like, that's been the thing. Like, the defense is not bad. They're not terrible. They'll kind of bend, don't break. But here's the problem too, is towards the end of the game, when your defense has been on the field, like, time of possession, we've been pretty good, but towards the end of the game, there's no complimentary football being played. So all it takes, if you're only scoring 16 points a game, all it takes is one play to blow a whole game open for the opposing team. You know what I mean? So that's been the issue. Like, special teams.
Y'all got Harold. I like Harold Landry. He went to Boston College. I like Harold Landry.
Harold Landry's great. He's been great. He's the only real pass rush we have.
Arden Key.
Arden Key, he's good, but like, he had 2 sacks last game, but some games you won't even know he's playing. Like, really, like, he's got 3 sacks on the season. 2 of them came last week. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not a guy that's going to win more than 50% of his snaps. Like, he gets beat a lot. So
your run defense is okay, right? I mean, I see it with 12.
It's okay, but we do get gashed sometimes. Like, it's okay. So, I mean, the main thing I think for the Patriots, for you guys, is if you don't turn the ball over, you're more than likely going to get a turnover or 2 in this game. Like, that's more than likely from us. So that's more than likely going to happen. I was just telling you, it's real talk. Like, more than likely going to happen. So just capitalize on that. Capitalize on your turnovers.
Is Tony Pollard playing this week? I saw he hasn't practiced this week.
Let me see here. So Pollard.
I follow Turron Davenport, Titans reporter.
Oh yeah, love Turron, man.
I seen that. He didn't practice a couple of days this week. And Tyler Boyd, is he going to play?
Yeah. So Pollard, more than likely, he might suit up. I mean, I think it's a game time decision at this point, from what I heard.
Because normally, if you don't practice on Friday, you're probably not going to play.
Yeah. So you look at, I mean, both of our teams, like the injury report's pretty bad, but Snead's out. He's been out the last few games. Simmons is going to play. Then you got Tavondre Sweat. he hasn't practiced all week, which sucks because T'Vondre Sweat's been one of
Forgot
our
about
best
him.
defensive linemen. He's been awesome.
He practiced on Wednesday. No, he didn't practice.
No.
He's
So
probably
a
not
lot
gonna
of
play.
these guys, man, it's up in the air. Spears is not playing. So if Spears and Pollard are both out,
Oh gosh.
woo, we got Julius Chestnut. He's basically a practice squad guy. So
So okay, let me ask you
get
something.
rough in Tennessee, man.
Let me ask you something. You know your team better than me. And I'm sure you follow a lot of beat reporters and you follow the injury reports. If they don't practice on Friday or they don't practice a lot, do they normally play? Because you still got one more day, which is tomorrow, with it being a home game. Do they normally play based off what you know, or are those rest days?
Typically, no, but with Pollard, I think it's kind of been like a game time decision type of thing. Typically, they don't.
What, he got a hamstring injury or something?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got Pollard's got a
and those can
no,
linger.
it's a foot injury. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not looking good. So
What about Calvin Ridley?
I wonder Calvin's going to play. I wonder if Pollard, or I wonder if the Titans called up a running back.
Probably by tomorrow, about 4:00. I think they got to do it.
Yeah, so let's see. Tyjae Spears, Pollard both missed practice today. Chestnut's the next man up. But the thing is, they'd have to call up another running back because they literally only have one running back. They only have 3 running backs on the roster.
Right.
So,
what happened to Tyjae Spears?
He's had a hamstring, dude. He's been out for a few weeks.
I like him. I seen the one game I did see him play. I think it was against Miami Monday night. I like Tyjae.
Yeah, no, Tyjae's a lot of fun, man, and he's a good little running back. Like, he really is. And that's the thing, man. You only got one running back. Oh no, dude, it's gonna be tough, So
Is Boyd gonna play?
I don't think so. So you got a few. They're gonna call a receiver up, probably Bryce Oliver, practice squad guy.
Westbrook team's already on the starting, right? He's on there.
If they haven't brought up a running back, I would say that Pollard's more than likely going to play. Like if they haven't signed a running back off, the free agents.
I said Joshua Kelly was called up. JDH.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah. See, that's why the chat's awesome. So there you go. So if Joshua Kelly was called up, then he's probably going to play. It's probably going to be him and Chestnut. And, Kelly was the guy, he played for like the Chargers for a couple of years. You remember him?
I remember him. Yeah, he played behind.
Kind of like a scat back, like he can run, he can catch.
So your 2 backs would be Josh Kelly and Chestnut, you said?
And Chestnut, yeah. So
what about
Pollard's the only offense we got, dude. So I mean,
so what about your wide receiver situation behind Ridley? Because if Tyler Boyd ain't
gonna play, that's what I was gonna say. You got Ridley, and then you got NWI. I don't know. You've probably never heard of Mr. Wesbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook. Yeah.
Oh, you've heard of him. Okay, so
we played him
Nick
a couple
Westbrook.
Years ago.
Yeah, he's a Titans legend. He's been on the team for like 5 years. He's kind of made his own way. He's solid. He's one of those guys that like he makes plays. Like he doesn't get to play a lot, but when he's in the game, he makes plays. And this is a crazy stat here too. So this is what Nick Westbrook making the most of his opportunities. Titans wide receiver, we call him NWI. NWI enters his weekend's clash with Patriots on a streak of 3 consecutive games with a touchdown reception. If he extends the streak to 4 games, it will mark the 14th occasion in franchise history that a player has registered 4 consecutive games with at least 1 touchdown reception. Now, on the bottom there, NFL players with at least 3 touchdown catches with their first 5 overall receptions of a season. So he had 3 TDs on his first 5 receptions. He's tied for first in NFL history with that stat. So get NWI the football. Like the guy's a playmaker, right? So I mean,
do you like what you've gotten from the tight end position? I like the tight end. I think Conway or something.
Okonkwo, he's good. They just haven't
Okonkwo.
used him a lot.
He's solid.
He's solid though, like he is. I mean, he can make plays when they get him the ball. But really, I mean, you got Josh Wiley who's made. They just haven't really done a lot with the tight ends. Like they've made plays, as you could see. Like the tight ends, 18.6 yards. I mean, I'm sorry, 10 yards a catch for Wiley, which is good for a tight end. But they've been using Wiley a lot. And then you got obviously Hopkins is not there anymore. But I can't remember. Let me see here. That what was Boyd's designation?
Tyler Boyd being solid for you. What is his?
So did not practice.
He's
So
probably not
I
gonna
think
play.
he's probably not going to play. So as you could see, we don't have much there. Traylon Burks is on IR, so they're going to call up Bryce Oliver, who's a practice. So you're going to have Ridley. You're going to have the two tight ends, Westbrook Akeen, your wide receiver. I don't know. That's a good question.
Probably a
What
lot
are
of
they?
12
I mean,
personnel.
yeah, they got to call. They got to call somebody up because on the wide
Jamari,
receiver.
what's up with you, man? Appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure I hit that like button. Appreciate you chiming in, Jamari.
Yeah, y'all hit that like button for us. But yeah. So I don't know, man. I want to get to. I'm just curious to see what your overall prediction is for this game. For the Titans and the Pats. Like, and I want to get y'all's prediction. Let us know in the chat. We'll put them up on the screen here. What's your prediction for Sunday? You know, if you got a score prediction, I don't know if you've thought about it much, or
I
if
really
you,
haven't.
some people.
I've thought about it off and on. I feel good about this week.
Okay,
We're healthy. I mean,
you
we didn't
should.
really. We're healthy. We really didn't have a lot of people on the injury report, and if they're up there, they're probably still going to play. We get Cal Duggar back at safety. Krista Gonzalez. I can't wait to see the Krista Gonzalez versus Calvin Ridley. That's going to be a good matchup, Calvin Ridley and Krista Gonzalez, man. I'm assuming probably Will Levis going to start for y'all. This was looking like. I want to see my pass rush get after Will Levis. I do want to see the pass rush. We're going to have to stop that run game. Whoever's run the ball, because we struggled against the run. Our interior has been terrible, but it has gotten better. If you watch the Jacksonville game in London, they just kept running the duo dive right up the middle, and it was killing us. We couldn't adjust. I think we was better last week against Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. I think this is a get right game for us. I think that we can go healthy. We got like 7 receivers. All the receivers, none of the receivers really on. Well, they on the injury report, but they're going to play. We're healthy. I want to see Javon Baker, get him in there. Drake May. I want to see how. Oh no, we're going to. It wasn't a bad concussion. It was a mild concussion. He's been practicing all week, so I want to see how the game start. Are we easing him in there? Or are we just going to let him go, give him some easy pass or whatnot, or just let him be him? But I'm gonna go. I think, like you said, Will Levis. He's kind of like baking cookies out there. He's a baker out there giving the ball away. So I'm gonna go with the. He's just big. He's call him apple turnover. So he's gonna turn the ball over. So I'm gonna go with Patriots. I think this is a game where we can get right and we're healthy. We got to get the run game going because we have struggled to run the ball. Ramondre Stevenson had 20 carries for 50-something yards last week. It's bad.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a slow start for us. A little bit of an ugly game to start, but I can see us winning like, let's see, how many points we scored last week? 20, 22 against the Jets? Yeah, 22. I can see us getting, y'all defense tough. I'm going to say 20, I'm going to say 23-16 Patriots. We get 2 turnovers. We get a couple turnovers from y'all. Maybe we get a pick 6. Drake May throws a touchdown. And very sneakily, quietly, I think we get the run game going. So I'm going to go 23-16 Patriots.
Okay. And as you could see, like the Pats, and let us know in the chat too. We'll throw them up on the screen here. But the Pats are scoring
25 against the Jets. 25. I'm sorry. Yeah, 25.
Right. So they're scoring 15.5 a game. Titans are scoring 17.1 per game. So this could be a really ugly game. Then you got, but I think the Pats are better with Drake May. I think, I think they're better with Drake May. So I just feel like he's going to keep getting better. And, for me, I just don't think the Titans are going to be able to overcome the injuries. Like, even when they're fully healthy, they're not playing extremely well. So, I think the Pats are going to win this game. I do. And I'm going to say, as much as I feel like the Titans could win this game at being at
Mhm.
home. And, with the Titans
How are
defense,
y'all? I mean, I ain't gonna ask how are y'all at home because your record shows that. But are you from Tennessee? Are you in
I
Tennessee?
am. Yeah,
Do
I
y'all
am.
have like a big home field advantage or what? I know y'all get a new
I
stadium
mean,
soon,
not
but
not this year because we just haven't been good. Like, it's not, I mean, it's the stadium's not full. Like, it's the past few years. It just we've been bad. You know what I mean? So it's
so
like
Pats Nation might take over then.
you don't. There's going to be a lot of Pats fans, I
Oh, it
bet.
is.
But I'd imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way that it is right now. Losing team. It's just not been that like you haven't had that feel in a few years of like that Titans like home field dominance that we used to have, and it's just the nature of things, I think. But and they're building the new stadium. Literally, you could see it being built from the old stadium, like
When is it gonna be
um
up?
2027. So
Oh,
I
a couple
think
more
the
years.
Titans right now are just in tank mode. I mean, I think trading D Hop, trading Ernest Jones, like I think that they want to get their guy this in the draft and they want to be ready for 2027. I think they
Because
want to be
Callahan didn't draft Levis.
no,
So
no. So I think they want to be getting to that point when they're getting in a new stadium, like getting to where they're winning again. Hopefully it happens before then. But with all that being said, I think the Pats do win this game. And I'm going to say the Patriots. I'll give our defense more credit. I'll say the Patriots. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I'll say the
yeah,
Patriots 17, the Titans 13.
I'm
I
glad I
think
don't have to
that's what
watch. I'm just glad I don't have to watch Jacoby Brissett versus Will Levis. I mean, that would be bad.
hmm.
Now,
Yeah, that
It's
would.
not official that May's going to play, but I just don't. I
I
would
think
not
he's
want.
playing.
Man, I watched Jacoby Brissett for a month, and I would rather watch paint dry on the wall than watch Jacoby Brissett. I mean, it's just like
Yeah,
it's just like pulling teeth to get him to daggone move the ball.
yeah. No, I think he's gonna play. Let's get to some of these some of our people in the chat. Blockbuster, I think Blockbuster is one of your guys, maybe. He says 24-17 Pats. I'd say Jamari, I think he's one of your
Yeah, that's
guys
my boy.
too. 24-16 Pats. JD 13-6 Pats. Jamari, we scored 25 against the Jets.
Yeah.
Euler says Patriots 26, Titans 16.
I
Pats
think
score on
y'all favorite
defense.
though, which is crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, y'all
But
favorite.
I mean, I can kind of see that home field. I mean, I think you get at least 3 for home field, anyways, or something like
Yeah,
that.
3.
Um, So Patriots 26, Titans 16. Pat score on defense thanks to Rudolph, another TD on special teams, block punt. 1-7, and Titans close the first pitch, which they should trade for mini picks. Yeah, we've talked about that. Titans defense low key slept on. Kenny says Titans 31-20. Hey, if the Titans score 31 points, that'd be crazy.
What's the most y'all
Um,
scored this year?
Um,
I think when y'all beat the
30,
Dolphins, I think.
the Dolphins. And you know what's sad about that, Ken, is that was the first time in like 2.5 years we scored over 30 points. Like, that's how bad it's been in Tennessee, man. Like, it's been that
I
bad.
mean, what you think I mean, I know the quarterback has been. Do you like Callahan?
I don't know. I mean, there's things I really like. There's things I don't like. I mean, you got to look at a lot of like the first time head coaches, and Gerard Mayo being one of them. I think out of all the first time head coaches in the NFL, I think the best win loss is 2 wins. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. You got to think about the Titans. They hired a whole new staff. They're making a whole new offense. Like, we've been in this kind of run first Derrick Henry type of offense for the last decade,
Mm.
So they changed the whole game. Like, they changed the whole offensive philosophy. They're bringing analytics into the building. They're trying to modernize the Titans and all that. And it's hard to bring in a whole brand new coaching staff, brand new everything, and expect to win right away. Even look, I mean, you can buy all the players you want, but you got to have some type of synergy. You got to have some type of cohesiveness. You got to play complementary football. And that's not happening. Like, I don't care who you bring in there, right? I mean, look at the Jets right now. You know what I mean? They got all these weapons. They got Aaron Rodgers. They brought in Devontae Adams. Yeah, they win last night, and props to them. They played a good game. But they haven't really done much all season with all
I was
these
hoping
players.
y'all beat them week 3. I think y'all played them. Week 2, I think. Yeah, week 2.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, it just, I was at that game. That sucked. But, you know, I mean, it's just, money can't buy happiness, right? I mean, it might buy it for you for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the off season when you get them. But then when they put it on the field, it just hasn't come together. I don't blame Callahan for that. Like, I'm not like, oh, we need to fire him. We need to get rid of him. You got to give the guy a chance. You got to let him get his guy at quarterback, right? Like, you got to let him do his thing, get his guy, do all that stuff, and then we'll evaluate. Like, give him another year, then we'll evaluate what he's got, or another 2 years, whatever it takes. I think you just, and the same with Mayo. Like, you can't just axe the guy. Like, he's got a rookie quarterback. He's, you know, kind of in the situation he's been in. You got to give him another year or two to see, right? I mean, I would think that's where Patriots fans are.
I think, you have to.
You can't just cut them after one season. I mean, teams have done that, but usually it's been something because of like Urban Meyer, like him grabbing women's booties in the bar and stuff. Like, I mean, and cussing his players out in the locker room,
Kicking them
you know,
crowd.
yeah, crazy stuff like that. So, yeah, and Oiler Titan brings up a great point. We don't have a dominant player anymore like Derrick Henry, AJ Brown that can inflict their will on the opposition. So, yeah, I mean, Ridley played very good last week. He finally came alive. Finally, like, had a great first quarter. But that was it. You know, like, they just
What's going on with Treylon Burke?
He's been a bust since, you know, he can't stay healthy.
That's the issue. Kill Harry.
Same type of situation. Kill, good example, you know. But yeah, you know, and that's kind of where it's been. So
I see a comment. I'm calling a Javon Baker touchdown. Let's get it. Delusional Pats. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, and thank y'all for tuning in. I've seen a few Pats fans in there. Y'all subscribe to our channel too. We do a lot of just like, you know, regular NFL content too, and we got, you know, watch parties and all that. So, and you know, and you guys definitely in the chat, go subscribe to Ken's Pats Talk. You can just type that in YouTube and it'll pull it up. And there's a link in the description as well. I do need to get to our sponsor of tonight's show. I'm going to play a little ad here for Recovery Unplugged, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
So I was literally like maybe 8 or 9 days sober, still kind of like detoxing a little bit. And I just start singing it, man, and something just comes over me. And we get to the chorus part when I did that pause. So come on, everybody. The moment where I had that spiritual awakening, that spiritual experience. And I knew in that very moment, like, this was what I was supposed to do in my life.
So come on, everybody. So come on, everybody. So come on, everybody, just lean on me.
So
like
there's
that.
yours truly right there. They did that little video of me like a week and a half ago. So shout out to Recovery Unplugged.
Like
I
that.
work for Recovery Unplugged. I work in the admissions department. And as you could see on the video, I've been, coming up on 6 years now. I've been, clean off drugs and all that type of stuff.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you, man. But they proudly sponsor our channel, and shout out to them. But if you guys in the chat, anybody watching, if you know anybody that's struggling with, substance abuse, alcohol, drugs, mental health, anything of that nature, reach out to Recovery Unplugged. You can also, the link is in the description to their website. You can call them. You could also reach out to me personally, titansrossi@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on Twitter. I've had a couple of people hit me up already, and we've been able to help a few people, get them some help. We got inpatient, outpatient, virtual outpatient, mental health outpatient. We got 8 centers nationwide. So if any of you guys are struggling, just let me know. Give me a shout out, titansrossi@gmail or on X, or shout out Recovery Unplugged. Shout out to them. Give them a call. Let them know the Titan Upload Network sent you. They'll take good care of you. But anyways, yeah. So that's kind of going to do it, man. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. It was fun. We'll have to do it again. Shout out your channel again and what you got going on in your X account and all that type of stuff.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you and Titan Nation. Tighten up, man. I appreciate y'all having me on tonight, man. I know it was Pat's Nation show that night. I had a couple of my subscribers up in here. A Titan Nation, y'all know any Patriots fans? Or if y'all want to come on over to my link in the bio down there, I think it's in the description. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on. I do NFL talk too sometimes during the week, but mostly it's Patriots talk. But I do try to include a little bit of NFL football talk. So y'all come on over. Follow me on Twitter at Ken's Pats Talk. I'm on IG, Facebook. Just trying to stay on the grind, keep grinding, keep my head up and whatnot, man. And it's stressful sometimes with these Patriots, man. I'm telling you, I'm sure a lot of people know with their teams, it's very stressful, but I think we in store for a pretty good Sunday, man. I'm feeling good about this game. And, hey, man, we're going to have to do this again, man. Once again, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, no problem at all. And somebody had asked, do you think I can take I would look on the Titans website, go to the TennesseeTitans.com and check out like what their policy is on cameras and stuff. They'd probably tell you on there. But yeah, I would go look there. But yeah, man, no, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We've had over 100 in the building tonight, so it's been nice.
Sir.
And we appreciate all of you. I know it's Friday night. Friday night's a little tougher on YouTube. Sometimes people out doing stuff, but we do appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. So we will see you next time, man. And, tighten up and go Pats. What do y'all say? Man. What's your saying?
Just go Pats. Pats Nation, just go Pats.
Go Pats. There you go.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Sunday,
guys.
Baby. Just win.
Oh, yeah. That's all that matters. See y'all later, man. Tighten up, everybody.
Appreciate it.
What's up, everybody? This is ESPN NFL Nation Titans reporter Turron Davenport, and you are tuned into the Titans Upload Network.